suspended public protector advocate Busisiwe Mkhwebane's legal counsel has applied for the removal of the evidence leaders in the parliamentary inquiry probing her fitness to hold office. Advocate Dali Mpofu says if evidence leaders, advocates Nazreen Bawa and Ncumisa Mayosi remain in place, the hearing will not be fair. Now, the second leg of the inquiry where Mkhwebane is expected to call her own witnesses has started. Mpofu, in fact, used the opportunity to submit an application for the removal of the evidence leaders. He's argued that they had shown bias and were intent on securing a negative finding against Mkhwebane. According to Mpofu, the evidence leaders have failed to meet the minimum test for fairness. He has used the disclosure of the legal fees of certain advocates by the evidence leaders as an example, saying that the information was irrelevant, but casts aspersions on black advocates. He says they also failed to give prior warning about the disclosure of the legal fees of advocates who were appointed under Mkhwebane. Mpofu says this conduct was criticized by the Johannesburg Society of Advocates and the Pan-African Bar Association of Advocates. He has also reiterated their request for President Cyril Ramaphosa to testify despite the committee having dealt with the matter and finding that it was unnecessary. Public Enterprises Minister Pravin Gordhan, former Public Protector Advocate Thuli Madonsela, DA MP Natasha Mazon, and acting Public Protector Advocate Galeka are also on their wish list of witnesses at the stage. Right, for more on this, let's get analysis via Zoom by Elton Hart from the University of Johannesburg's Law Clinic. Elton, good afternoon. Thank you for joining us here on the SABC.
Good afternoon to the viewers.
Perhaps in light of what's transpired today's inquiry heard another recusal application for two evidence leaders. And is this likely to have a bearing on the proceedings?
Yes, indeed. If one looks at because now they not asking actually for recusal, because recusal will be that they would step down. They actually asking for removal. It's like that these people be removed because they feel like these people are biased towards them. And that will set the proceedings back a fair while. So, because obviously whoever will take over the proceedings will have to go through the transcripts, see what evidence has been led, see if additional witnesses needs to be called in order to finalize the proceedings. So, if Advocate Bawa and the junior is removed from the impeachment proceedings, that will definitely have a delay on the outcome of the Section 194 inquiry that's currently underway in Parliament.
All right, so on the back of what was argued today, perhaps the merits of the case and some of the arguments, how would you weigh in on the strength of it at this juncture of the case?
Obviously, I think what Advocate Bawa and her junior did in disclosing the legal fees that was paid to colleagues, that should not have been done. Most probably, if you want to draw a comparison and say, listen here, you've overspent on 1 to 3, you can make that comparison. But to say specifically, this has happened to Advocate Mpofu and this was paid to him, this has happened to Advocate Sikakani, and this was met with displeasure from the bar associations around Gauteng. And I can understand that because these are private and confidential information. For you to get access to that information, there's an additional application that you have to bring in order to get access to that information. So on that part, I would say Advocate Bawa was not correct. She had to consult with her colleagues first before she actually made that information known. If they consented, she could have. If not, then she could use the legal process where there's a court order in place that allows her to do so that we know everything she does is above board. And it's not like she's doing some underhanded things, because now it looks already with the public protector trying to portray a picture that she's being unfairly treated, and she's saying that this inquiry is like an abusive relationship. This then also now speaks to that theory to say, listen, yeah, you would even go as far to discredit the advocate that's actually representing her in order just to make sure that she is actually impeached in this proceedings, and it shouldn't have been like that. You could have just used an alternative route to get the same result.
And then, Elton, just very quickly then, as we assess the probabilities and possibilities, perhaps you can walk us through what's then likely to unfold from here into.
Obviously, what I've seen also, the public protector is trying to call witnesses which I think that will be detrimental to her case and not favorable to her case, because they're saying that she's not fit to hold office. And the people that she's trying to call is like the current sitting president, the Minister of Public Enterprises. And those are the people that actually started off these proceedings to say that she's not fit to hold office. And also the acting public protector currently, to call her. And I understand the acting public protector would not want to get involved in this proceedings because she's currently holding a position and she was appointed by the president in an acting capacity. So it might be, if she has aspirations of becoming the next public protector, she will not go there to go and testify in favor of the suspended public protector. And that's already the rigmarole and a rock and a hard place that the current or the suspended public protector is finding herself in. She wants to call witnesses, and I know what she is intending to do. She wants to get them on the stand and actually now try and embarrass them on other things that's not most probably relating to her holding office and other matters that she would most probably try and sneak in by the back door. That's why she wants to call them and put them on the witness list to come and testify for her.
Elton, let's leave that conversation there. Thank you very much for weighing in on what's transpired today. Again, Advocate Busisiwe Mkhwebane's counsel applies for the removal of evidence leaders. Again, Elton Hart from University of Johannesburg Law Clinic really weighing in on what has transpired today. Thank you to him for his time.